Dear students, welcome to our class on effect of climate on animals basics 2. Effect of climate on animals basics 2. Here in this class we are going to discuss reducing the impact of climate on livestock production. Reducing the impact of negative impacts otherwise of climate on livestock production. That's it is going to be a very interesting discussion. Please note that effect of meteorological factors on plants. Good, we have studied basics so far. Similarly, we are going to study effect of meteorological factors on animals, then effect of meteorological factors on human beings, that is the, of course, farming and everything. So like this, we will be going ahead. Now, see here, for an animal to maintain homeothermy, the ambient environment and the animal must exchange the heat. The ambient environment and animal must exchange the heat. Previous class I told the exchange rate shall permit balancing metabolic heat production and the energy gains and energy losses. From the transfer modes. Of course, success in improving production and efficiency in climates is possible if a rational approach is followed. Okay, we can successfully rear the animals if we approach our problems rationally. What is the first rationale? First, reducing the impact of climate on livestock production. First one is the site selection. Selection of site for housing or other intensive production systems is fundamental to minimizing the effects of local weather. The site must enhance heat dissipation, that is minimal or optimal radiation, air temperature and humidity. In addition to high wind velocity, usually it should have optimum solar radiation, temperature, humidity, in addition to very good ventilation. That is where movement of the wind should be there for the animals. It must be remembered that seasons change. The temperate regions, of course, the site should ensure that heat dissipation in the summer may be detrimental to heat conservation in winter. If we try to select a site where animals can live comfortably in the summer, it may be detrimental in the wind. In the summer we try to evade, but in the winter we try to conserve. So in that cases, what we do, we should do very good mechanical way of providing some sort of comfort to the animals. In low latitudinal tropical regions, heat dissipation must be enhanced year round. In tropical areas, heat is a problem, so dissipation should be followed. However, in many cases, there is a wide variation in humidity. We should take care of humidity. Wind breaks. Second one is the wind break. First one is the site selection. Second one is the wind breaks. Grazing animals or animals giving birth will seek shelter from strong winds, especially during cold and hot weather. Structures or trees can markedly reduce the wind speed and can be beneficial to the survival of the exposed animal. Trees are the best shades. Okay, especially in newborns. For the newborns, trees are the best. Wind breaks have an importance far beyond these benefits, especially in tropical and subtropical regions. Wind breaks, of course, the high temperatures accompanied by dry winds, of course, may cause some sort of damage to the pastures. A wind break as a barrier that lowers the wind speed near the ground surface and diverts and splits the airstream are beneficial. The higher the wind break, the greater is the distance of its downward protection. That means the area that can be protected depending upon the height. More the height, more area protected as far as animals are concerned. Next one is the shades. Shades and other, of course, other shades and other minimal measures should be thought of as a form of measure for protecting the farm animals in hot climates. Death loss could be reduced when optimum temperature is maintained. If high temperatures are there, suppose 100 animals are affected, when you provide the shade, only 1/3 of the animals are affected. That means, one third of the animals are affected. That means 2/3 are saving. Please note that, very, very important. Shade will give that much of protection to the animals. As for the materials used, hay or straw shades are the best effective, and they are very, very cheap. Of course, artificial materials, solid shade provided by sheet metal painted white on top is the next effectiveness. The level of thermal radiation above a grass field is less than that above a ordinary ground. So thus the shades are very important for animals in a, of course, hot or sunny environment. The most effective shades are trees. The most effective shades are trees. The most effective shades are trees. Of course, the most effective other things are artificial. Enclosed shelters are not recommended for tropical climate, but enclosed shelters are recommended for the temperate climates. So genetic improvement, of course, genetic improvement is an evolution reaction. Of course, so far little attention has been given for the genetic modification of the animals to suit to the weather conditions or climatic conditions. So there is a need for present program for genetic improvement of livestock in tropical countries. They should take into account not only the production traits like milk yield, weight gain, or eggs or wool production, but also those traits related to interaction with all weather elements. When they interact with all other elements, they should produce, give more milk, more they gain weight, eggs, wool production. Of course, environmental modifications, many forms of modifications are there. In hot weather, water can serve as an effective cooling agent for farm animals. The next one is using evaporative coolingness in livestock shelter. So when you give water, when you spray water on the animals, they get very, very cold. So these are the 5 which I would like to discuss with you. Reducing the impact of climate on livestock production, site selection, wind breaks, shades, genetic improvement, and environmental modifications. Thanking you very much for your patience here.